Hi, I'm John Farmelo with Stonington Yacht Sales. We are aboard a Hinckley Sou'Wester 42, 1984. Her current owner, which is the second owner, has owned her for 17 or 18 years and taken exceptional care of her, and it shows. Let's take a look around. I'm at the helm in the cockpit, and this is a very useful cockpit. It's simple. It has a beautiful T-shape so you can get around the wheel easily. We have a pod of instruments on the binnacle guard. We have teak table and drinks holders. There's a typical teak covered aft lazarette back aft. This boat does have removable davits for a dinghy and a crane for a dinghy engine. Of course, I've got sun protection with the bimini and a lovely Dodger up forward that has a leather covered handle at the aft end of it. This is a centerboard boat, which means that you have a centerboard winch to port and a halyard winch and main sheet winch to starboard. We have primaries and secondary winches, cockpit cushions, peak decking in the cockpit. It's a very, very wonderful cockpit for sailing. So I'm standing at the spar, obviously, and this boat has the advantage of having an electric stowaway mast, which is really handy, especially if you're short-handed or single-handed sailing. She's got numerous winches on the spar. She's got the typical varnished hatches, handrails, eyebrow, tow rail, and you know, all these Sou'Westers have just great deck spaces and big wide side decks. There's a reason people like these boats, and there's a lot of reasons why people like these boats, but they really are just an honest boat that sails extremely well and functions very well. So this boat benefits from a few things. She's got a lovely Maxwell 1500 windlass, which is a vertical windlass, which means you can also use it with a rope rode as well as the chain rode on the Gypsy. She has the typical custom stainless stem fitting with an anchor roller built in. This is a newer Harken furling system. She does have a spinnaker pole, the typical Dorade vents looking back aft, and that shape that is what everybody loves about these boats. They're totally gorgeous, and part of it is this shape that you see from up here. The interior in a Sou'Wester 42 is totally functional and very elegant. This particular boat has an ash wood interior. This wood is very different. It's actually quite contemporary by today's standards. There's more and more boats that are being built with a lighter wood interior like this, so that makes it somewhat unusual. The nav station is completely functional. It's totally useful. It's got its own seat. It's followed aft by a very nice quarter berth, and there's a wet locker, hanging locker back aft, more storage, excellent access to the engine. This boat does have a somewhat newer but not entirely recent oversized engine from original. The galley features a 3-burner stove with oven. There is an ice box and freezer with refrigeration in both units. There's sea frost. There's double sinks, dry storage in here for pots and pans or other items, and great dish storage and pantry area here. There's also dedicated dish storage and silverware drawers back here. In the salon, this has the traditional port and starboard settees with the port pilot berth, lots of lockers, drawers outboard. This starboard berth pulls out to make a much larger, wider sleeping berth. And on this particular boat, we have an exceptional soapstone wood stove for heat, which is quite special. Those are very difficult to get these days. That's a Paul Luke stove You don't find those very easily anymore. Quite nice. So coming forward from the salon, we have a great locker and drawers above a nice little end table at the end of the settee. Storage throughout the boat is exceptional. This is a very large hanging locker. There's shelves outboard in this locker. And then opposite this to port is the head. It's a wet head, the manual toilet, sink and vanity, and access from both the forward cabin as well as the walk-through. And then going into the forward cabin, we have a traditional V-berth with an insert and an exceptional amount of storage for when you're cruising. There's drawers, another hanging locker, sliding entrance lockers above the V-berth, and access to the forepeak at the foot of the berth. I think this particular Sou'Wester 42 represents an exceptional value. Her owner has priced her at a point where whoever buys her will be able to make some investments, perhaps in new electronics or other items for the boat to upgrade her. But everything is solid. The cosmetics are fantastic. The mechanics are great. It's really a great value. Highly recommend this particular boat, and we'd love to show it to you in person. My contact info is at the end of this video. Please give me a call. Thank you.